Right, it's 16th of February at 6:37 p.m. and I've just arrived at the Burloin pool. It's getting a bit late, but we're not going to go for a long walk, so I think it's going to be dark in about half an hour. So I've got my little takeaway coffee. I'm in the process of working out how not to reduce my coffee intake, because a friend of mine told me about caffeine not being good for premenopausal women. So I did have one coffee earlier today at home, and I was actually wondering, should I have this second one? I thought, yeah, I think I will. But I'm mindful of it. I don't just like in the past I would just have a coffee, you know what I mean? Sometimes 3, 4, 5 a day. Definitely one. Anyways, we're here, and as you can see, this pond here was one that's really deep. You can see that the water was even up till, where's my foot? Okay, so you can see my foot. So it was even up to here, I know, maybe a week ago. This is all wet, maybe even 3 days ago. It's going down very, 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 very fast. I know you hear me say that a lot on my videos, but like, this is getting dangerous to swim in. You know, and it's got this smell that's really unpleasant. The other day when the dogs came home, we got home a bit, not late, but it was late afternoon, early evening. So it was just getting on. It was past twilight time. Yes, it was dark, but not dark. And I was thinking, I really should wash them. I really should be washing them. They're all wet from but they swim here. And I was thinking, I don't even know if I want that smell in the house. Maybe it's not good. It's not that bad on their fur, but you could smell a mud smell on them, right? And then see this bankment here? This is actually where the water normally goes to the top of the bankment, and it just goes all along. You probably can't see the line, but this whole thing is underwater. Only about a month ago, this was underwater. Anyways, yeah, basically, I was thinking I should wash them because maybe the algae on their skin and their fur, when it dries, isn't so good. And then I was like, I don't want to make them all wet though when it's this time of night, because Zena, she overheats easy, but she seems to get cold as well. So she's got a husky in her though. I don't get it. Like, if she's really wet, it starts to get dark. So if she has too many swims too close to when we're ready to get in the car, she's shivering, and then I have to dry her up. So yeah, she overheats and she seems to get cold. It's quite interesting, isn't it? But anyways, point of this video, I've been wanting to do a video all day, but I was waiting for the right time. Now, what I was going to do was do a Bible study video. I literally was going to do a Bible study video on Ecclesiastics, but this is how the day panned, and I still might later tonight, or even it won't be tomorrow night. Okay, so I'll tell you what's going on today. Well, yesterday, actually what happened was I woke up early. I felt this sense of peace. Now I'm going to attempt to sit on this grass and have the dogs not jump all over me, and I'm hoping that's what will happen, because I reckon they should get in the habit of, I don't necessarily always have to go for a long walk with them for them like that. I'll show you. See, there's everywhere they can run. Look, she's scratching the harnesses. I've got to wash the harness. It's covered in mud and sand. I think it makes it itchy. Basically, if I sit here with my coffee, I think it should be all right. It might just be a simple, short exercise today. I know that the camera doesn't pick it up the way I can see, but way down there is the mountains and the orange on the mountains. But unfortunately my camera's not picking it up, so you can't see what I can see, which is just so beautiful. And the cockatoos and the other birds in their big groups flying around. It's really beautiful. So anyways, what happened was that's a solo bird in the sun, and it's all bright orange because the orange is reflecting off its wings. It's just stunning. So yesterday I woke up relatively early, and I felt a shift in my energy because the day before, Tuesday, was just a shocking day. Absolutely shocking. I was so broken. Really broken. I even did a video on it and posted it. I was like, whoa, I'm done. And I was like, whoa, talk about non-acceptance of reality, and want to talk about not being in faith of my destiny and God and everything. I got pretty broken, pretty low. And my friend's trying to help me realise that it's premenopausal hormones as well as everything else. So just to be kind, gentle. Whenever I'm menstruating, she said just be extra mindful that your energy levels will go low and everything will seem much harder. So I was mindful of that as well. So, okay, this will pass. Thank the Lord. Wednesday, I woke up feeling a sense of peace and energy, and I was like, yeehaw, excellent. Right, so I'm going to get motivated. I'm going to get some stuff done around the house. Rah. And then I had a missed call from my plumber, who's done heaps of work on my house already. And then oh, that's right, the plumber's coming today, because I booked it in about 3 weeks ago, but I hadn't written it down the day that they were coming. I told you a story that went there, and I pre-arranged that they'll let me pay them off over time, as long as it takes, $50 a month. It's just so beautiful. This is what it's like living in country town. I did that 2 months ago. I went to Blackwell's Plumbing and said, guys, would you, got all the stuff I need done, would you consider doing the work and letting, I can't afford to pay it out, right, I have to pay. Yep, no worries. So anyway, the plumber came on Wednesday and got my shower head organised, and I did a video on that yesterday. So the shower and the plumbing is where it should be, and then he helped me make the hob. Now, I could have done the hob myself, and he's very aware of that, but he just did it to help me out. I obviously got paid to do it. I'm so glad, because he measured it really thoroughly, etched it out, he jackhammered. He's using his mortar and cement mix. He was cutting bricks into certain shapes, and so I'm so happy for that support. So the skeleton of the hob's been put in with the brickwork, and then I've got to now do the insulating and the cement sheeting with my builder friend's help on the wall, and then I've got to cement the floor, and then in the bathroom, and then put the membrane down. So it's very exciting. The bathroom is getting closer. See Lazina? The bathroom is getting closer and closer and closer. And there's Alvin over there. Have I got him in the video? Oh, yep. So basically, while my plumber friend was working in the bathroom and doing a lot of hard work, so he was there from 8:30 till 3:30. While he was doing that, I was really busy doing heaps of work in the kitchen, chipping away at this cement and plaster and old cement and plaster, this old paint and old plaster that had to come off this cement work around the metal stove in the kitchen. The cement was all cracking and needed to be taken back to its original. So it was hard work. I'm like, groaning. It was so funny because eventually one of the other plumber guys came in later, about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and helped out. But for the first half of the day, the main builder dude, the main plumber was there on his own. And then when the other guys were there, they go, God, sounds like hard work. I said, oh no, can you hear me here? And they go, yeah. I went, oops. So I was in the kitchen going, because it was such hard work. My arm was getting so sore, but I kept going, persevere. But it was so nice doing that work, knowing they were in the bathroom doing their work, and it just felt really nice. I'm working, and I'm working, and there's someone else in the house working. It just felt really nice. And I kept going, and after they left, I kept going. I went to about 12 o'clock at night, And then I had a bath because I couldn't have a shower. You see, I had to let the cement dry for 24 hours, 48 hours of the cement hob, the hob around the shower. So anyways, I had a bath last night, which I haven't had a bath in so long. So that was amazing. Yeah, and then I woke up this morning. I thought last night when I went to bed that for sure I'm going to wake up all inspired and just as good as I felt Wednesday morning. And that's not what happened. Bugger. I woke up this morning and I felt a sense of peace. I wasn't depressed, but gee, I just didn't have any motivation. She's a bit wet and sandy and she nearly went to run on me. Anyways, yeah, I just basically was like, oh, how am I going to work through this day? So I was in bed until nearly 12:30. And I kept trying to get up and I just couldn't. And I was aware that I wasn't depressed, but I couldn't work out why I had no energy. And I thought, well, look, I just can't. I just can't get up. My body, my mind, I'm not sure what it is. It won't let me up. I'll just be at peace with this. I think it was 11:30. Sorry. And the dogs were sort of really understood as well. Even the dogs didn't hassle me for breakfast. It's like they were like, wow, she really needs to rest. Like I opened the back door for them to get out at 5:30 in the morning, of course, but they didn't hassle me for food. It was very interesting. And then I was praying a lot, and then come on, I need to make this day work. I've got to keep moving. And I got up and I was like, first thing of course I did was feed the dogs and the cat. And then I'm like, what is it? How am I going to make this day work? What am I going to do to make this day work? So the first thing I did was some tidying up of just, see if the house was all beautiful, home, it was all organised, what would I be doing? Well, just normal housework. So I did a lot of washing, hung up the washing. I cleaned up and tidied up the dishes and put dishes away. I cleaned up all these surfaces and areas that had plaster on them, like plaster dust, even though I know more plaster dust is going to get on them because I've got to sand down that kitchen wall. But I just thought, I'm so tired of seeing this plaster dust all over the kitchenette cupboard. So I cleaned all that down and I decluttered the top of the kitchenette. And I just did a lot of decluttering, sort of just normal house cleaning work, plodding. And then I made myself a healthy smoothie. And then I was trying to get to do that Bible study for the video. And I wanted to get in action with the day and studying it with Bible study and doing some sort of educational, helpful video. And I just went, I don't actually feel centered enough to do that. I just feel like I need to, I don't know what it is. I went, oh no, I need to go back to bed. So I went back to bed. Unbelievable. At about 12:30 or 1, I think it was, 1. I was in bed till about 2 or 2:30. I was like, whoa, I've got to get up, man. I can't. I thought, okay, well, I've all the things I've done. I listed all the things I'd done, which was quite a big list of things that needed to be done that were helpful, okay? So I thought, well, in that regard, look, just jumped on me. Nearly put sand in my coffee. Can you be more gentle, please? Yeah. I went back to bed and I was like, okay, this is what my body and my mind need. And I just surrendered to it. So the purpose of this video really, for anyone who wants to learn something from each of my videos is, yeah, I just had to surrender to that need for my body just to be still. And my mind actually went to this really peaceful space and I went into a deep sleep. Now, I struggled to fall asleep. And yet but from that 1 o'clock time, 12:30 or 1, whatever it was, I just went instantly into this deep relaxation sleep. So what a fantastic thing that I listened to my body, my mind. Because obviously that's exactly, I was like, I'm processing, because I did some big work on Tuesday. Like, that was heavy work. Like, I was in a I was not in a good space. And I had to pull myself out of it and pull myself up and out and forward. That takes a lot of effort to do that. And then yesterday I did a lot of physical hard work. And I had company. And I actually even was speaking to the plumber about how depressed I've been and various things like that. And this whole thing about Northern and the house. And he just reminded me it takes time. He goes, it takes time. It takes time to make a house a home. And we talked about Northern, and he's been here his whole life, born, bred, will live here, he's going to be here his whole life. And he goes, I love Northern. I said, yeah, I love Northern too. I said, even though I'm still really young here, I'm still new to the place, and not really a part of the community yet. It's like, it's a good community. And he's a good guy, and I can imagine over time, like, I know that all I had to do was say to him, hey, if you guys go to any parties, if you know of any parties, could you invite me, please? Because I'd really love to meet people. I'd love to start socialising more. And, if I actually put it out there, these country people, if they know that you're genuine and you're a good person, they will bring you into their fold. So I reckon he knows me well enough now, because he's been coming to my house since... and he's obviously come there many times. My husband was there as well. Been coming since... Well, he's the one that did all the plumbing work, the laundry, the bath, all the plumbing work. It's been him and one of his apprentices. Anyways, guys, just had to go with the flow. And then yeah. And then I was like, I could have kept staying in bed. I wanted to. I didn't want to get up. And at that point, I went, no, Nadina, this is slothness. And then I started thinking about when my husband first came back from that first separation, the thing that was really doing my head in was the slothness, because I went into sloth mode, which I've talked about before, because I was so relieved to have him back, right? Because I was so exhausted from how exhausting, April, June and July had been. When he came back, I just rested. And because he loves to rest, he was so happy to have me by his side. He was like so happy. He was like, yeah. But nothing was getting done. Nothing was getting done. Like, really, we'd be in bed sometimes till 11:30 or 12 and get up and walk Alvin, and nothing would get done. We'd have a coffee, we'd go for a walk, and then we'd think about dinner, and hardly any chores were getting done. And then after about a month of that, I was like, I've got to get in action. I've got to start getting back my mojo back. And for some reason, I struggled to get it back. And then I'd be there, I'd be tossing and turning. I wanted to get up at 5:30, and I couldn't. And it was just I was just going, come on, Nadina, get your mojo. What's going on with your mojo? Like, Zena, gentle. Gosh, did you see that? I didn't expect her to jump on me. But Zena, gentle. Good Lord, dogs can be so rough. But anyways, yeah, that lack of mojo was really... Alvin! Good Lord! I just kicked all this sand all over me, and that time it did go on my bloody coffee. He just dug some sand there. It's fucking awful. How rude. I don't think there's that much in there. How rude was that? Anyways, if there is any sand, it'll be down the bottom. But the point of the story is I couldn't seem to get my mojo in action. And it was really doing my head in. And I was thinking about that this morning. Going, here I am. Still got the same problem. Still struggle to get up and just do the mojo. It's easier. It's really weird. Sometimes it's easier when he's not around, because it's just me. But I don't have the same inspiration to make the house a home when it's just for me. Just wish I could get the mojo in action. See, this is where everything started going really bad when my husband first came back, was I wasn't honouring my truth, you see. I didn't honour my truth. I wanted to get up. I wanted to... Oh! Oh, that time they hurt me. That time, ow! Ow! Oh, what actually happened was they landed on my foot. Oh, Alvin. Ouch, that really hurt. I'll just show you. Not that it probably matters that much, but my ankle bone. his leg just landed really hard on my ankle bone. Oh, fuck. Oh, man. Oh, you know that piercing pain? You know somebody had pain and it's like, for the first 10 seconds, it's so painful. And then, that was like his ankle bone, or his bone with all his heaviness at full pelt landing on that tiny part of my little ankle bone that sticks out. Oh, sorry, everyone. Stop! That was out of control. Oh, they've got to learn. Oh. See, they're pups, but they've got to learn to be more gentle of humans, you know? Like, they're big and heavy. And they're big and they're heavy, and they, if I'm sitting down, like, I should be allowed to sit down. If I was standing up, they wouldn't have done that, I don't think. But because I'm sitting down, they're, yeah, okay, now the pain's subsided. Go away! Go run! Thank you. Yeah, see? Run. Get your energy out. Problem is, they're a bit codependent on me for... We normally walk up the river there for about an hour, and when I'm walking, they run the whole time. But because I've been sitting, they've only just started to run, and they've got to learn. There's two of them. They've got to learn that they can do this when I'm not. I could be sitting here. They need to learn. They've got each other. They can play with each other. They don't need me to play with them, and they don't need me to run. Okay, they do not need me to run. But I'll tell you what they do need to do. I need to be mindful of when I'm sitting down, that's for sure. So yeah, I wasn't honouring my truth. Now I've spoken about this before, so it's not something new, right? But yeah, it was just sad. Oh gosh, this is out of control. Oh, this is terrible. Look at that. Look at how they just won't let me just sit here with my coffee. That really annoys me, you know. Really annoys me a lot. Anyways, whatever. Ouch. What was I going to say to you? Yeah, the mojo, 22, 23 minutes of the video. Alvin, be more mindful, please. Go away. Run somewhere else. Go somewhere else. Oh, wow. Ouch. So yeah, my ankle bone really hurts. So it's still aching like crazy. He's really strong. He's big. Yeah, that mojo thing. So then I got up, and I've been working really hard since 2:30, and then I had to leave to come here for their walk. It's 6:30, so 4 hours of hard work. I've been paint stripping. It's really hard on the arms, and today's actually yoga day, and I consciously let yoga go. Oh look, he's going to try to roll all over me, and Zena's now digging a hole. Hopefully she won't put it onto me. Look, there's all this space, and they've just got to be so physical around me. Move, Alvin. Move. Go for a run. Now, so basically, worked really hard for 4 hours. Let yoga go because I thought, no, the dogs need to have a run. Because I didn't take him yesterday because of when the plumber came, I worked really hard all day. And then after the plumber left, I kept working. I was in a zone, so I kept going. So I thought, no, I have to take him today, even though I'm want to do heaps of work to get the house done. And huge dragonfly. Huge. The dragonflies here are really, you won't be able to see it, but it was huge. It was about 20 centimetres. Beautiful. Amazing. Anyways, I just want to say that the resting, and when you have to rest the body, people try not to feel guilty. I'm learning, but then also know the difference of when you're slothing and when you, because when it was about the 2:30 mark or 3 o'clock, whatever it was, and I could have kept resting, I didn't want to get up. I forced myself up at that point. So I went, no, now it's slothing. I've had my rest. I've got to get up now. I've got to actually do a job. Yes, I've been cleaning. Yes, I've made the house nicer, but I actually got to do a chore. I had to do a chore because I've got to move forward, because that's God's labour. That's glory. That's the glory of God's toil. Like, I've got to be in action, moving towards my destiny, moving towards how life... I've got to keep doing my minimum one job a day to move towards the destiny, my destiny. Okay? And that was me using mind over matter. So I forced myself up. And it was hard to start, but once I started, I was in a zone. And as I was doing it, I cried quite a few times, and I felt really despondent and really sad. And I went, yep, there's a lot of emotion going on here. And now I've walked the dogs, and when I go back home, I don't know whether I'm going to keep working or I'll just have an early night. I don't know yet. Because I did work very hard till quite late last night. I think it was even 1 a.m. I didn't keep track of time, but I worked till really late, really early, late night. Gentle. Thank you. Can you see it? Gentle, gentle, gentle. Good. Well done. We're learning. Look at little Alvin's head. Little Alvin's head popped up. Oh, yeah. Gentle, gentle. Gentle. Gentle with me. So anyways, gentle with each other. Oh, did you see that little cute little kangaroo hop over Xena? So he's very strong, he's very big, and she's still quite little, and he's good. He's really good with little creatures most of the time. Woohoo! Gentle. Yeah. Gentle with me. Gentle. Okay. We're getting pretty close, but whatever. So yeah, mindful of when we need to rest. Really mindful of when we need to rest and actually do it without guilt, and mindful of when to push through that inertia state, knowing that we've got to do that chore at that point, because we won't sleep properly at night if we don't. So that's the main message of this video, I guess. And that's sort of the main lesson that I have in life in general. I've come to realise. I've come to realise that I really do need to accept it when I need to rest, and do it without guilt. And by the way, this is a pyjama top I got from the op shop, and I'm using it as a work shirt. Yeah, because I was going to use it for gardening. See how it covers my shoulders? It was in a rag pile and got it for free. But it's like so taggy. And my little shorts are got holes in them and stuff. I've got to get some more work shorts, I think. I didn't do any painting today. I've just been stripping paint. Oh gosh, we're talking about 70 years worth of paint taking off these and taking it back to Jarrah. And some of the areas I'm taking it back purely to repaint. But at least the underneath Jarrah is the integrity, the dryness of the wood. It's called dry rot. So the wood underneath is deteriorated. So I'm going to be strengthening up the wood underneath with oil and various things. And I may end up painting it, or I may just... I've got to work that out. I've got to work out the window frame in the kitchen. Is what I've been working on. The window frame... It involves a blind and the window frame and the window frame, the wood around the window, plus the wood around the actual window, right? And it's got glass panels and the wood, and then the actual window frame and the plinths or whatever they're called. I don't know what that bit's called. The bit in front of the window, it's like a ledge, and then there's also a blind, a fly screen blind. So a window wood frame. So lots of wood, so thick with paint. And it's quite rewarding. And I've actually made the decision I'm going to buy some paint stripper. So on my way home, yep, got pretty small amount of money left in the account to last me a week and a half. But as I said in my video when I went, I'm done. Got food for them, petrol in the car. I can always get food hampers, right? So, I'm going to get some paint stripper because I've stripped it back with the heat gun to the really like thick, like it's like sheets. It's like almost like 3 millimeters thick of 70 years worth of paint. And now it's the bits that are still stuck on the wood, and it's so hard to get that bit off. Some of it just comes off really easy, but some of it, I think it's the primer that they used back then or something. But anyways, and the bit around the glass, I can't. Oh God, I can't use the I can't use the heat gun near the glass or it'll crack the glass. Yeah, and then I'll paint strip that tonight. I think I'll paint strip that tonight, and then all around the wall, all around where the window frame is, where I've heat gunned and stripped, some of that plaster near the window frames come off. But also, I've found all these integrity issues with the wall, as I have with every wall I've ever done there, and basically, there's cracks in the wall, there's gaps between the frame and the walls. The same story as what happened in the library. So I'm going to fill that up with mastics and same story. And I realise every wall and every window I look at in this old house, I think the walls are going to be out and the frames, between the wall and the frames, there's going to be a gap. And when I realise the walls and the window frames, I realise there's going to be a gap behind the wood. But yeah, actually in the wood, sorry, in the gyprock, the cement rock going up on the wall on that one side of the window frame. I'll show you. I'll do a video on it. There's big cracks in the bloody gyprock where in their horsehair and plaster. I think it fell down. Like it's about 5 centimetres. It's just a big crack across between two of the gyprock. So I'm going to fill that with plaster. And so yeah, it's just like doesn't seem like any job in this house is simple. But I must say, it feels rewarding that I'm bringing this beautiful house to its. I'm bringing it. It's going to live for another 100 years because of me. You see, and if I wasn't working so hard on this house, it might have started falling apart the next 5 or 6 years, right? Because it already is falling apart. Technically, that's what's been happening, right? But I'm fixing it up to its bare structural basics of what's really needed. Now that's got to be something to be proud of. Hey, I'm proud of myself. Okay, love you. Thanks for listening to the ramble. Hope you get something from it. No shortcuts. Know when to rest. Know when to not be a sloth. Love you. Bye.